Hey, this is Adam and Dave, and we're here with our special guest friend, newfound friend, Kyle.
How's it going?
Kyle is from a rival podcast, two rival podcasts.
We're going to beat him up as soon as the camera shuts off.
We're gonna. Kyle, what shows you got, and explain them to
Yeah,
people.
so the first one I do is called the Tech Tard Show. It was a show I got brought in on, and eventually started producing because we got into a national studio. It's it's riffing on tech and geek stuff. We have three formats. Mark finds all the retarded tech news out there. Our friend Sarah does all the female geek news, and I do like the real major geek stuff. My segment's called Kyle's Corner, and it's comic books, video games, movies, just new stuff every week. I think one of my favorite stories I did in the last couple of weeks was at Comic-Con they announced the new Deadpool game that's going to be coming out next year.
Yeah, we talked about that. We showed the preview to that. Yeah, that game actually looks really, really good.
Just having Deadpool go pew 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 pew.
Yeah, I really like that. And the thing is, I really know nothing about Deadpool. I know that he looks a lot like Spider-Man, and I was have kind of always been against him. And now, I saw that trailer for that game, and I was like, that looks really kind of neat.
It's been announced. He was originally a spoof off of Deathstroke, the Terminator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wade Wilson, Slade Wilson, Deathstroke, Deadpool. Yeah, he was, and you get the whole fighting. But he originally was a villain for X-Force. another young band of teens. So.
Yeah, see, that was the thing. I had picked up X-Force when it came out originally, and Deadpool was not interesting at all.
He wasn't. No, he was. It was very much like a merc. He was an asshole.
That's actually what he was. Yeah, that's all he was.
Yeah, and now it's like he's grown a personality over the last 10 years.
Yeah, somebody's rewritten him to be funny, and now he's funny.
Yeah. The other show I do is called MC Squared. My friend Kern decided he wanted to get together with just a couple of us because we always, we'd play video games, watch movies, always have good riffs on each other. So we just, decided to record and see what happens. So we used to do trivia, and every time the music knowledge came up, like I explained on the panel we were on, it's like you have the whole line of music knowledge. You have the beginner who knows a few things, the middle guy is like, yeah, he can get by, and the expert. And I hop all over the damn place. Yeah, it's like
I used to be an expert. I mean, Dave and I are musicians or former musicians or however you want to put it, but
retired musicians is what I like to call it. I still have my rig, gear, whatever you want to call it, but it pretty much just sits around collecting dust now.
Well, it's like my friend Kurt, he's been a DJ. He worked for Cumulus Radio and stuff. My friend Brian, was into the club scene. They both were, and he DJs too. And and I scored him on something on the podcast. They didn't know that Seal. We were talking about Batman, and they didn't realize that Seal had a song called Gotham City. And I had,
really?
And they're like, "How the hell do you know this shit?" It's like I don't know. I just random bits of retarded knowledge in my head.
It's like, did you not watch the first fucking Batman movie?
Exactly.
Come on. But kiss from a rose on the face. Oh wait, I guess that's the second one, wasn't it? Because Prince was the first one.
Well, that was the third. It was the third one. Batman Forever had that one.
Oh, was it the third? Okay,
yeah.
I
Which one had Smashing Pumpkins? Was that the fourth one?
Oh God, yes, it was fourth.
Batman and Robin.
Was this when Smashing Pumpkins went
Screw
goth?
you, Joel Schumacher.
That was it was Billy's idea.
Yeah. we were having a conversation. I guess it was last week where we were talking about how Fanboys has pretty much made that like a almost like jumping the shark kind of reference. Nips on the batsuit.
Yeah. I mean, I was G4 had Batman Forever on a couple nights ago, and I turn on Robin comes down and he goes,
holy rusted metal, Batman.
Yeah, do we have a suit? The new satellite suit you made. And so doing the whole suit, and then the ass shot. There's the ass shot right there. It's like, really? I don't think once we ever saw an ass shot with Keaton in the costume. I could be wrong, but I don't remember one.
Yeah, I don't remember one, but that's. I have nothing to say about those Batman movies.
No.
I mean, I'll admit, I enjoyed the '89 Batman.
Yeah, no, I still love it.
Dude, I still love it. I'm not gonna lie. I might talk some shit about it, but I still love it.
I think I was 10 or 11 at the time, and maybe 9. But I remember we went to the midnight showing, and I just remember everything, all the collectibles. That really rehyped the whole Batman era. And I remember, oh god, and they brought Adam West to one of the Dallas Comic Cons at the time there, and I got all these huge memorabilia books.
I remember as a kid being really disappointed that Adam West wasn't in Batman.
Right.
I didn't expect him to be Batman, but I had the presence of mind at 10 years old to be like, Oh, you guys didn't invite Adam West to be on a Batman movie?
They didn't invite Adam West, but they had Billy D playing Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you want to talk about ruining
Works
canon.
every
Then we have 2
time.
movies later. We have Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
That was one nice thing I liked about Batman the Animated Series. They had Adam West come back and voice the Grey Ghost.
He was the Gray Ghost.
That was a favorite of mine.
Probably one of the best episodes that they've ever done.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the animated series as well. We didn't get to talk to
Conroy.
Conroy.
Yeah, that was. So I'm friends with one of the guys that run the con, and one of the things he asked me is if I wanted to be Conroy's handler. So I was the guy who would make sure everyone came through to do the autographs the whole weekend.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and he a real nice guy, but you could tell even all the cons he's done, he was not ready for the amount of people that came through that line.
Well, I mean, he was signing for free.
Exactly.
And,
I know.
And that line, I thought, well, I went there for the 2 days because we got our media pass to be out there. And the first day, we were like, screw this noise. We can't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And so I went back on Sunday to go and talk to people. And I was like, well, while I'm here, I'll go stop by Conroy's line. And even on Sunday, that line had almost wrapped around the building completely. So, I mean, there's
weirdly
just
enough,
no way.
I think we actually got. I know at one point we capped it, but I think we actually got through everybody on Sunday. Saturday was just we had to turn people away.
It was madness, dude.
Yeah, and even him, it was bad because I was even trying to keep people like 2 things, and he would just like, no, give me, and he even had autographed pictures he was giving to people. So it was kind of hard to even wrangle him into only keeping a certain amount.
Yeah, you can't.
Because we had George Perez right next to us.
Yeah.
And it was like he was like he was like if you have 25 comic books, I'll sign them all, and it was like really.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah, I know.
Because I wanted to talk to him as well, but
yeah. He's one of the nicest guys too. And I luckily I was in the room, and so I got like 2 Infinite Crisis Earth issues signed by him. The Flash and Supergirl Death issues, and he just came up, signed them. I was like, and I'd met him back. You guys might remember this, given how long you've been in Dallas. Do you remember the Dallas Fantasy Fairs?
No.
These were like back in the late 80s and through about 96. It was called Bulldog Productions, and they used to do every month. They used to do a small mini comic book convention, but in the spring, summer, and fall, they always do these huge 3-day conventions called the Dallas Fantasy Fair.
Oh, okay.
I think I've
heard of them,
been
but
to
I've
those.
never been to one.
I think. This would be back in like 97 or 96
Yeah.
that I went.
Yeah.
And it was. I think it was at the Renaissance Hotel or something like that.
Yeah. I think that's where they were. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I was there during the summer. Oddly enough. There was the Comic-Con that was going on.
Yeah.
And the Mary Kay convention was going on. Which is funny now because I don't know if I should even mention this. I just worked the Mary Kay convention.
Really?
So
Nice.
Mary Kay is still around doing their stuff.
Oh, no, I know. Well, no, they have that huge building right off the tollway in Addison.
Yeah.
It
was founded here in Texas.
Yeah.
So,
I always get pissed off whenever I get behind their pink Cadillacs on the freaking road.
And you know what's really weird? The pink Cadillac had its anniversary yesterday.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I know way too much about Mary Kay. after like doing like 3 or 4 weeks of stuff for them, you end up learning more about stuff than what you want to.
Right.
Sure. Hop on down. We don't have a headset for you. Well, there kind of is. Dave, in that in that black bag in the yeah, that one right there.
All right, cool.
Musical chairs.
I'll let you find it, and I'll try to.
Test.
It's Trey's headset. So
How's it going?
Not bad.
Right on.
Yeah. It's been so long since we've seen you.
I know, right?
I may have you trade headsets with him because that's got an actual line on it.
No problem.
Okay.
The other, this one.
That
does
one's
not.
really short.
This one was designed for like your iPod. There you go.
Oh,
Can you
very
hear it?
nice.
Can you hear
I
anything?
could, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
So, what's your name, sir, and what are you doing here?
I am Rick Gutierrez. I am with the United States of Geekdom. We're an all geek topics-based podcast. We talk.
No.
Yeah, I know. And yeah, fancy my surprise when I heard you guys were about the same. So
Yeah. I think everybody's shocked to find out that all of us have a geek podcast.
Right. Imagine that.
You're nerds? What?
Right.
These two gentlemen here were on a podcast panel with me, not an hour ago.
About an hour and a half.
A little hour
Yeah.
ago. And so we talked to a very large crowd of people. I mean, the response was tremendous.
Oh yes.
Yes, it was.
You know, we almost had to start charging because it was like standing room only.
The cool thing is, I think the whole thing got recorded too, so I think it's going to become a podcast itself. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Go ahead and move that mic a little closer to you.
All right.
There you go. There's like a 20-foot line on it.
Okay. I just don't want like my Ray Romano-esque voice to like.
Now that you say that, I hear it too.
Hey. Sorry, dude.
Have we announced where we are?
Not really. No, we are at StripCon or Strip, the Webcomic Expo.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a porn expo, people.
That was like.
Would we complain if it was?
We were.
I was about to say,
Welcome to Las Vegas. Well, the first time we heard about it was last year, and we were invited to come out and do our show here.
Oh, cool.
And that was the first thing I said was like, StripCon.
dude,
Huh?
yeah, I was like,
Because apparently there was
Two thumbs up.
there was another name for it. Yeah, and then I had to
The
go
first year I came, the very first, 09, I can't remember what the name was now,
It
but
was
yeah.
D-Wex.
That's right,
Yeah.
Dallas Webcomic, that's right.
yeah, it was the Dallas Webcomic Expo,
Yeah.
and then they started calling it Strip, and I was like, at first I was like, yeah,
You might get more pages that way.
accidental hits, I think. Oh well, there's
people
comics.
come in, they just go, oh.
There's no females. Damn.
Well, what are you talking about? There's females here.
I know.
I was like, come on, dude.
But they're not nude.
Yeah.
No.
No, but you do have people like walking around going like,
Yeah.
when's the White Queen gonna do some stripping there?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Or Emma Frost. She doesn't go by White Queen anymore, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, definitely.
Well, she
That's my like. I read comic books when I was a kid and then stopped for a while.
I can't remember. Did she go by White Queen in First Class? Or is it Emma Frost?
No.
I think she was Emma Frost
It was
in
Emma
First
Frost.
Class.
Okay.
Yeah. It was definitely Emma Frost.
I was trying to remember that movie the other day. I was like, I know I've seen it.
So
And-
what is y'all's general consensus on First Class, the movie?
I loved it. I thought it was. I mean, I hate to say I enjoyed it more than even the first two X-Men films.
See, I haven't seen First Class, but I had a friend complaining the other day about, oh my God, they're making a second X-Men First Class. I can't believe it. Blah.
Rumors are it might be in the 70s. That's what I've heard.
I heard the official title is Days of Future Past.
Which is one of my favorite X-Men stories.
So that could be a.
And you know what? It's probably going to be used in name only.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Probably.
thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see Kitty Pryde come from the future back to the past.
Yeah. I don't know. Like it's. I mean, it's as long as you're not. I love X-Men comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
X-Men
Yeah.
comics are it for me. Like you can't be. I almost feel bad for X-Men fans. Anything regarding X-Men or mutants.
Well, you know me, dude. I was never an X-Men fan, so I know absolutely shit whenever it comes to the comics. I just have heard people say that was their favorite. The diehard X-Men fans that I do know that are fans of the comics have said that those are like that X-Men First Class was like their favorite X-Men movie that they've done.
I mean,
or whatever.
it's way out of continuity with
everything
else.
Oh, and
but
yeah.
but it is more enjoyable. I do feel that like it's better than the first two X-Men movies.
It's like my friend
myself.
Brian. You don't take the movies as comic canon. It's like they're what if stories and films.
Yeah.
Like I God.
Well, to me, I put it in the
Spider-Man 3.
I
That's
put-
what if story ever.
Yeah.
Actually, I think the director of Incredible Hulk said it best. You treat each movie like a movie or as a comic with a different creative team.
Yeah.
different
Well,
writer, different artist.
even came out and said that they have their different continuities. Like
Yeah.
the movie is the different continuities from what the comics are.
Exactly.
So-
Well, yeah, they're even addressing that in the box set.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's the Marvel movie universe.
Yeah.
Or whatever, however they're
Yeah, that
calling it.
Blu-ray
Yeah.
set or whatever. I really want to get that, by the way, just
Oh.
because.
I think last time I checked, they're doing the suitcase for like 139 on Amazon. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's
With
cheap
the
as all
Tesseract.
hell.
Well, last time I looked, it was 152, but it's got the Tesseract cube on it.
Looks
It's
gorgeous.
got top secret dossiers on like the Hulk, Thor, Cap. I'm like, oh, dude, I really want to get that.
I'm
That's
just,
something
and
fierce.
I'll probably get flack for this, but I'm just like at Comic-Con they announced it. Edgar Wright, we're getting the Ant-Man movie. I hate on him a wheel. I love Hank Pym as Ant-Man.
Well,
I've always loved the character.
I've heard that that's still kind of like a work in progress of what they were doing was kind of
He
showing what
showed-
they've got.
Yeah,
like they're
he
not
did,
sure.
He did
if they're
about a
gonna-
week of test
yeah.
footage.
It was a proof of concept type thing, is what.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think basically they were just taking it to Comic-Con to watch people jizz themselves.
Yeah, but they announced it at Comic-Con that it's going to be made. So we're looking at 2014 possibly. The movies they announced were we're getting Iron Man 4, Thor 2, Captain America 3, Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man, and then eventually Avengers 2 after all that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think going with Thanos as the bad in Avengers 2. I get that they set it up, but if you're gonna have Ant-Man in it, you got to set up Ultron somehow.
Yeah.
They might. They actually might.
I would love to see Ultron. I mean, like that's. I know it's not related, but it's sort of like I would love to see Brainiac in a Superman movie.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, that would be like one of the ultimate things for me as a fan to just see something like that. And so I've got to see Ultron in either Ant-Man or an Avengers type movie.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Because there's different continuities where it's like either just Pym created Ultron or Pym and Stark created Ultron.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't really care which one they go with, but I do want to see Ultron. I would love to see that in a reality, or at least a real.
Oh
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Yeah. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, I would love to see Ultron. I'm kind of curious as to if they're going to go for like an Infinity Gauntlet type
Well,
deal.
we saw it in Thor,
Yeah.
so it makes you wonder.
Yeah. We saw it in Thor, and they're setting up the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
So
Which I love.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad because it's not the Guardians of the Galaxy that I grew up reading.
No, it's not going to be the same.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see Martinix, Charlie 27, Vance Astro, Yondu, and Starhawk could be the Guardians of the Galaxy. But I'll take what we can get.
Yeah, I think they're.
I don't know.
I think isn't Adam Warlock involved in that?
I
in the
heard-
new
No,
one,
no,
in the new
I think
Guardians.
they said Star Lord, Drax, Gamora, Gort, or whatever his name, the big tree dude, but the one I actually am happy about, Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, I saw
It'll
that.
be
well,
cool.
hey, I mean, come on, Disney's got to sell the plush. That's why.
I
they
know,
have Rocket
I know.
There you
Raccoon.
go. Yeah.
I mean, I have so many friends who are into fighting games, and Rocket Raccoon's on their team. He's just like the one guy they enjoy the most. So
Yeah.
Sundrop. Have you guys been enjoying the free drinks?
Oh, yeah.
dude.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's been a while since I've had RC Cola.
Yeah, that's,
Sponsored by Dr. Pepper Snapple.
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I was happy. I was like, I get free Dr. Pepper, kick ass.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's what I drink anyways. It's my coffee,
I
dude.
haven't. Well, the thing is, the reason why I said that is because I haven't had Sundrop in. I think since the last time we were here.
I gotta say, I don't think I've ever had
Yeah, I've
Sundrop
got to be
before.
with you. I don't think
It's
I've
like,
heard of it,
in
never
In fact,
tasted it.
yeah, the last time that I've ever heard of the first time I ever saw Sundrop was the last time we were here last year, and I was like, Sundrop, what the?
I've had Sundrop, but it was years ago. It's like drinking a lime lollipop.
Oh,
Interesting.
awesome. So like mellow yellow type shit or something like that, or
Yeah, it doesn't have
What's
that.
the other
Mellow,
one?
It doesn't have that mellow yellow afterpiss taste.
no? Well, I've never had mellow yellow either. I just have heard of it. This was in that movie Days of Thunder, I think.
Yeah,
God.
then he
Yeah.
drove the mellow yellow car.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, I've never
Cold
seen that film.
trickle. Yeah.
Yeah, cold trickle.
The only reason why I remember the movie is because I had a friend who got the NES game, and it sucks
God, yeah.
balls.
Oh, Jesus.
Was it LJN? Is that? The
Yeah, it was. I'm
distributor?
sure it was an LJN title, and so it was
Jesus.
just like, good God, because you couldn't pass anybody as hard as you tried. You couldn't pass anybody, and then of course while you're driving your wheels, you have like a little like HUD of your car.
Sure.
And you're running out of fuel. And your tires turn red. They go
geez.
from like green to yellow to red, and then you got to like pull off and do like a pit crew thing that you could never get right, so you couldn't get it done in time.
Oh, this has to be an LJN.
It's got to be an LJN title. Like I think the only LJN game that I've ever enjoyed was like Maximum Carnage.
Oh,
for
man,
Super
yeah.
NES.
That was good.
Yeah,
That was
I
good.
can't dispute you there. Yeah, but my grandma one day showed up with Back to the Future the game. I was like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
oh man.
I'm sorry. That's
It actually has the audacity to actually insult you while you play.
See, kids, even back then, movie games sucked.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2. I'm sorry. Spider-Man 2 was like one of the best games I've ever played. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
that game still.
Yeah.
But
Goonies. I say what you want. Goonies for
I've
NES.
never
I
played-
love that one.
I've never played Goonies.
I
But
didn't have Goonies for NES, but the arcade that I used to go to
Yeah.
when I was a kid had Goonies,
Yeah.
and I loved it. And it just played the one Goonies riff
Yeah.
over and over. So I was like,
Dude, the one this is going to show how old I am. One of my favorite games still was the old Star Wars game on
Vector graphics. We have the target and you're flying
Oh,
through.
yeah, that
Yeah.
one. But
Still one
on
of my
console, the one for Atari 2600, where you just
yeah.
fly the little blocky snow speeder, killing the AT-ATs, man, and
Oh,
you never
Empire
could.
Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Empire was
That
great.
was a solid game.
That was a
Well,
good time.
howdy.
Howdy.
How's it going?
The whole podcast crew is showing up.
So, what are y'all discussing?
Just
Anything.
random anything, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Pretty much.
Everything but the con that we're at
Yeah.
for some reason. Because we're horrible people.
Did you get to discuss what that little bombshell I dropped on you?
Yeah, I actually saw that. I actually brought up a picture of Jackson on the Star Wars. And I'm like,
Jackson, but Darth Maul's dead.
no, I haven't looked that up yet.
Oh, Dave will love this.
What's that?
Oh yeah. You want to bring it up?
Talk into the microphone
All right,
for a second.
yeah, go ahead.
Hand him the mic.
Go ahead, by all means.
Okay, so should I describe the death again?
Yes.
Describe the death. Dave
Lean
is
a
our
little bit
Star
closer
Wars.
to the microphone there, so that way.
Okay, so you know who you follow Star Wars, right?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
Kick up the
Okay,
leg
you
there.
know Darth Maul, right?
Yes, I'm aware of who Darth Maul is.
Okay. Do you know how he died in the comics?
In the comics, no.
Okay, he survived getting cut in half.
Yeah.
He got robot goat legs.
Well, he got robot spider legs, and the legs were kind of held together by the Force, which then they kind of dispersed whenever he went to Mother Talzin.
Well, there's a comic called Star Wars Visionaries. In it,
Yeah.
he has the robot goat legs, and he's hunting down Obi-Wan all through the prequel worlds. And at the end of the comic, he shows up at Tatooine. He's all pumped up. He's ready. He's going to take down Obi-Wan. And then Uncle Owen shoots him with a rifle.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's Visionaries, dude. That's kind of like, these are like those are almost like little like what if, like bullshit stories, pretty much. They don't really mean anything at all, but it's.
Well, wasn't Vision? That's the what if stories. Like what if?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
No,
that one's canon.
no, it's Visionaries. It's a what if story.
Then why did Clone Wars show that Darth Maul with the goat legs then?
Because
they're
like you said,
goat
it's,
legs are awesome, man.
They need a fuel for Cartoon Network.
well, it's also that's also another one that has different lines of canon. If you really want to get technical about it.
A certain point of view.
Well, no, they have different lines of canon. They've actually come out and said that they have different lines of canon. There's the movie canon, the TV show canon, and then there's what's called the EU, which is all the novels and comics and.
Same thing with Star Trek.
Yeah.
I doubt all the novels count with the movies and.
Yeah,
TV
I mean,
shows.
there's so many stories written right now that it's impossible for it to all tie in together. So it's kind of dumb and ridiculous trying to make
You
it.
should have seen these guys' reaction when I told them about Darth Maul.
Oh, about him being shot by.
Owen, of
Uncle
all
Owen.
people, punked by Owen.
Right? Hey, Uncle Owen's a badass, dude.
See what blue milk does to you.
Yeah.
Well, it's good seeing you guys.
You too.
Across the hall in Mystery.
But no, yeah, I can't argue. Uncle Owen was a badass, definitely.
Right. Hey. He killed Darth Maul, but he let some stormtroopers that couldn't
Thank you.
shoot
I was
take
going
him
to
out.
say this. I was like, how do you get taken out by the clones? But you can kill out one of the.
I don't know. But again, like I said, Visionaries is a bullshit story. I'm not going to try to argue it with anybody. I mean, even the comic people have said like these are what if stories.
Yeah.
I was told.
Even Dark Horse has said like they're like one shots. They're not true.
I have like two of the trade
continuity.
paperbacks. Actually, and for what they are, I kind of enjoy them. But I was telling them
Yeah.
my favorite Star Wars story, and it's a what if. Has Han and Chewie going through a portal, crash landing on Earth in the past. In
Yeah.
the huge forest. Han gets killed. Chewie chases out the natives. But 100 years later, Indiana Jones finds the Millennium Falcon, finds the skeleton, and he goes, I find this strange kinship to him.
That's awesome.
And Chewie's become Sasquatch.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, I like that idea. Actually, tell you the truth, I'm like,
And then it got added to like, well, and that's Chewie's skull is the crystal skull.
You know what? When I
No, actually, it's Chewie's bones that's inside the Ark of the
There
Covenant.
you go. There you go.
when I first heard that, I recoiled in horror. But now I'm actually kind of warming to the idea.
yeah, isn't it? It's like makes sense.
Yeah,
Right?
makes sense. Can't argue it. You know.
I'm gonna try, man. I'm gonna try to piece it together.
Yeah.
So how do we throw the Temple of Doom in here? Is that like one of Han's nuts or something like that? The rock with the 3 lines on it?
That's
This is petrified ball from
Rancor nuts, maybe? I don't know.
Oh shit!
What are you saying? Han had a third nut?
It's possible, dude. That guy.
He could just look human.
He was a
doesn't-
badass smuggler, dude.
Yeah,
he had a Wookiee.
yeah.
He had a Wookiee homie, dude. So he
Okay,
had
well,
to have
you know what?
some
That
huge
does
nuts.
answer for like Han Solo's attitude. OG Star Wars. We're not talking like any remake or any like any.
No bullshit EU.
Yeah. You're gonna shoot Guido first. You gotta have 3 nuts.
You gotta have 3 balls.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
And it makes sense because he was an Earthling. He
Right.
was Corellian. So
There you
Right.
go.
there you go. Okay.
Yeah, we have no idea what Corellian genitalia
Yeah,
is.
dude, right? And if you really want to get even more technical about it, like Corellians are supposed to be all like full of, blow and go testosterone or whatever, like fucking real sure of themselves, and why wouldn't they have 3 balls?
Well, wouldn't that? I guess wouldn't that make like Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan? Aren't they Corellians?
Obi-Wan is from the. They have no idea. They've never said where Obi-Wan's from. Even in the EU, even though at Celebration 5, Jon Stewart asked George Lucas where Obi-Wan was from, and George Lucas replied with the planet Stujon.
I'm thinking Corsican, but that's where the main.
Coruscant.
I'm thinking. Yeah, my fault. My fault.
Coruscant.
But crap, man. I had a good train of
Sorry,
thought before you said Coruscant.
Every time he said Coruscant.
Oh, look, it's Jeff.
Howdy, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. Hey, Jeff, you want to take my spot for a little bit? Because I got to go pee.
Well, here, I gotta head out soon. So if you want to.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, never mind. You can take this guy's spot. Well, sir, it's good to meet you, Kyle.
Yeah, definitely.
Take it easy.
Definitely like to be in touch with you guys, like somewhere in the future.
Yeah,
Word?
definitely. We've traded cards. We've played the card battle game.
Since we're playing this live, I'm going to go take a pee while Jeff sits
All
down.
right, that's
I'll be
fine.
back in a little bit. Bye, guys.
And now, these messages. You can imagine they're from another world. Mighty robots disguised as mighty vehicles. You can pretend only you and the friendly GoBots can save the Earth from the enemy GoBots. You're trapped, Turbo.
Leader one to the rescue.
They hide among us as earthly vehicles, but you can change them into robots, each sold separately.
Take this, Psycho. Now who's trapped?
GoBots. Leader 1, Turbo, and Psykill, each sold separately. New from Tonka. Now, it's here. The excitement, the adventure of a new force at breakfast.
We'll call them C-3POs.
New C-3PO cereal from Kellogg's. Twin rings, things together. For 2 crunches in every double O. A delicious part of this nutritious breakfast. Now you can experience the taste of Kellogg's C-3POs. A crunchy new force at breakfast.
May the Force be with you.
And now, back to Saturday's Super Cave.
So, Jeff, you graciously bowed out of the podcasting panel.
Whatever.
Everybody knows Jeff from It's All Geek to Me podcast.com.
Sure. What's up, man?
How's it going?
How was lunch?
Wasn't bad. Went to Genghis.
Oh, okay.
That's
nice.
not surprising, is it?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm trying to keep it down. I ate way too much as usual.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, we're filming, so you can puke anytime you want.
Oh,
It's fine.
awesome. 3D. It's projectile vomiting toward the camera. That helps. So what are you guys talking about? The con? Women?
Carillion genitalia.
Yeah,
Women? Okay, yeah, it wouldn't be women then.
No, at this point, it's
With you
anything but
guys,
the
I wouldn't be
con.
surprised if it's some sort of genitalia.
Well, it was genitalia. We haven't talked about turds yet.
Anything near the ass. I was about to say, anything near the butt.
We have an adult rating on our show for
Oh, that's not a problem.
I don't know what it is, not our show, but their shows always ends up talking about, what was it last time? Dave was talking about buttholes and
Oh, we were talking about
this is just one of the shows.
Yeah.
not of many, and it always ends up at the ass.
who was it? We were talking about somebody,
Yeah.
and we talked about Dave
wanting to
who's-
suck somebody's dick
Yeah.
and end up in the bunghole or something.
Yeah, like he wanted to suck him so hard that he got to the juicy
But
center.
that's not
with-
exactly. I don't know how else you could take that, but that's not what Dave was intending. It's like,
No,
well, there's no other way to describe that
he
other
was
than gay.
he was talking about somebody, and I was like, "Oh, you want to suck his dick?" Because Dave is a very, very diehard Star Wars fan, and
Yeah.
he's one of the few people that I know that will defend the prequels to the extent that he does.
Ow.
And that's fine. Everybody's got their thing that they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I forgot who I was saying that he was mentioning some actor or somebody, and I was like, oh, another dick sucking thing, or and then we got into he would suck his zombie dick.
It was, and
Post-
it went
It's just-
went way into the toilet way too fast in one sentence.
Yeah,
Everybody was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!"
yeah, we can
what
do
the
that.
fuck?
We will shut each other down just for the sake of doing it, because why not?
Right. Wow. Well, we.
And I don't understand why their show goes that direction. Usually about the middle of the show.
Sometimes Dave will just take off with like, oh, I took the biggest shit today, and then
I don't understand why it originates there.
because we live on dick and fart.
It
jokes,
originates and
dude.
ends there, always around the ass.
I think every male-oriented podcast thrives on dick and fart jokes, though. so.
This is what happens as a teenager. You watch Kevin Smith movies and you
Yep.
grow up as, you know.
Yep.
We talk about mad movies and cons and nerd topics, but I don't know how it ends up with the ass. Whatever.
So I guess the question is, if Han Solo has 3 balls, how many assholes does he have? Because he is kind of a prick in the first movie there.
Well, he was supposed to be an extreme asshole. It's the reason why he had a hooker in his booth to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's not 2 assholes. Maybe it's just a bigger asshole than what humans would have.
Can you imagine what the Star Wars movie would have been like if it was exactly what George envisioned? Because he was one.
Yeah, wasn't he like a
He was a lizard.
Yeah.
Who?
Han Solo was a lizard.
Oh, I know, yeah. Well, it was the Star Killer name, and
Yeah.
Han and Chewbacca, and Luke was supposed to be a gay young little boy.
Yep.
And 3PO was supposed to be a used car salesman. R2 was supposed to be an extreme dick, which you kind of think he might be. But, yeah, it was all very bizarre, and the Empire was supposed to be 100% extremely Nazi brutal, which, if you notice, the Stormtroopers they're not scary, but they're scarier in Episode 4 than any other movie.
True.
Yeah.
Can't argue that.
I mean, only in Episode 4, I keep saying the first movie because it was the first movie to me. Only in Episode 4 did
It's
they
the first movie to all of us.
only
it's
in
fine.
Episode 4 did they actually burn humans alive and massacre Jawas.
True.
I think there's more
look,
Stormtrooper
in-
death. There's more Stormtrooper death victims in Episode 4 than any other movie combined. 'Cause they
well,
can't
in,
shoot straight in the other movies.
In Episode 3, you get killed younglings and a burnt.
No, they
Anakin.
weren't Stormtroopers at that point. Clone Troopers were so much better than Stormtroopers in the first place.
Yeah.
If you want to get into geek politics, that's where the Emperor screwed up by not keeping the clones on board. Instead, he just hired whoever to be Stormtroopers. So
Well,
they're
yeah,
all-
eventually, isn't it in the EU where they're like, damn it, we're running out of people, so we'll have
no,
aliens
it
and
was
women.
too expensive. First of all, to pay the Kaminoans to keep the clones coming out, so the Emperor just went ahead and blew the planet up, and then just hired Stormtroopers at that point. That's out of the if you graduated
out of the FU.
Well, no, when you
universe.
when you graduated the Imperial Academy, you become a Stormtrooper. At least you went to the officer corps. I mean, that's basically the way it was supposed to have been.
This is the Star Wars FU.
Because it was one of the games, I can't remember, I think it was one of the Battlefront games where they actually had the Battle of Kamino. And they did it in one of the Clone Wars episodes too, where the Empire or whatever just comes back in, and it was supposed to have been the Separatists, but of course the Emperor was in charge of all that shit, and he had the Separatists come in and basically try to blow up the clone chambers and shit, but that didn't happen. It wasn't until after Episode 3 that
We got boring. Let's talk about Han Solo's.
We're talking about
butthole
Star
again.
Wars shit, and Dave's not here. And
No. Oh, okay.
First, as soon as we sat down, it went to bungholes immediately. And
We were saying the 3 stones from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom is Han Solo's balls.
That's what Adam was saying, yeah. How many buttholes does he have? It goes from the front to the back. I don't know.
What's your theory? That the Holy Grail is from his balls?
Obviously, you thought long and hard on this, Dave. What's your theory?
What's that?
On how many bungholes does Han Solo
Does
have?
Han Solo have 2 buttholes, or does he have one giant big butthole?
I think the butthole encompasses the entire ass area.
He might not have a butthole at all because he seems to be just full of shit.
Han Solo or Harrison Ford?
Oh, nice.
Han Solo's not full of shit.
Yeah.
Han Solo can actually shoot straight.
He's usually full of shit though, so he might be why his eyes are brown.
What?
I don't know, dude. I'm just fucking saying something here that's just coming out of my mouth. Like I said, I haven't had a lot of sleep, so I'm just,
you know who's full of shit.
Yeah. Maybe that's what my problem is. But my eyes are hazel.
Are you drinking a sun drop?
I'm drinking a sun drop. Yes.
What do you think?
Got a large black man on the can.
That's right. Dude, do you know who that is?
It's got USA and it appears to be a black.
Do you know who that is?
Basketball player. No. Who is that?
That looks like Scottie Pippen.
That is Scottie Pippen. Yay! Somebody knew it.
Pippen was bald.
No, man, not
Wait,
Scottie
is yours
Pippen.
the
Michael
same?
Jordan. Yeah, we got the same player.
Scottie Pippen still plays football.
So celebrate.
You're a geek. You can slip that.
Celebrate 20 years of dreams. No, sir. He does not play basketball anymore.
Okay, well, I was just.
No, sir. He does not play football anymore.
He doesn't play baseball anymore either.
He is the best soccer player I have ever seen.
Okay, 2 sports I really do not like. Well, one
Badminton and croquet. What?
No, one sport that I really, really, really hate, which is NASCAR, but I do have a favorite driver, all because of his name.
Okay. Right now,
Dick Trickle.
we have industry elite.
Okay.
And then there's another one, baseball. I'm not a big fan of baseball. I can take it or leave it.
Yeah.
But my favorite player, Albert Pujols. I like players just based on their names, dude. Pretty much, like it's like I can
It
get
has to
behind.
do with dicks and asses.
I can get behind Albert Pujols for sure. All right.
Jesus.
Make sure
I'm not eating at Chick-fil-A. God damn it.
you walk the hallway.
Oh.
Auction. All proceeds benefiting the Scottish Rite.
There's announcements going on, so
Blah 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 blah.
we're used to shutting up when announcements happen.
Yeah, it's like something important is happening. What are they telling me?
And then we realize it's not important, and we can talk over it, but we.
Does that person have a Charmander sweatshirt on?
Where?
Or whatever the hell it's
Where?
Yes, he does.
That
Oh,
you
yeah.
know that's a Charmander.
called? Dude,
That's a chick, wasn't it?
that was a dude.
Was it dude? Okay, never mind.
It took me a second to guess that it was a Charmander, but I was pretty sure that it was a Charmander.
You got the character. You missed the sex.
Yeah, well, no, I said dude.
He said, "Dude,
Oh,
I've been."
Jeff thought it was a chick.
Oh,
I didn't care. I just saw it from behind, so long hair, So.
I,
okay, now I see it's a dude. Well, why would a dude be wearing that anyway?
Jeff's
I don't
just
know.
horny. He wants to.
I'm not horny. I just don't want to be near that thing.
Semi was getting the joke.
I'm not the one who knew what it was. You knew what it was. You knew it was a chick. You're the one who wanted to do it.
What?
Mm-hmm.
You
Get that tail in my face.
quit trying to save yourself, dude.
Saving what?
Huh?
Huh?
I don't know what you're saying anymore,
I
sir.
don't either. We in the same show?
Huh?
no, we're not.
Not even same room, I don't think.
I don't know. Sometimes this is where we go. Sometimes. And it's
Is
just,
this where it goes?
yeah,
It
Where
happens.
you end up? What do you mean?
yeah.
This is where you end up when you drive more than 100 miles away from home.
But
Oh, you can talk.
I always end up at these things too. I end up running these shows.
Yeah.
have you seen new Batman yet?
Yes.
What'd you think?
It's awesome. I probably.
Thanks for elaborating on that. Let's move on to a different
Okay,
topic.
well, you didn't bring that up
Thanks,
until
Doug.
now.
That was the best review I've ever heard.
Well, no, I'm short on. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but no, I liked it. To me, I voted as my second favorite superhero movie. I still am in love with the original Christopher Reeve Superman 1. That's still to me the best incarnation of a superhero movie.
You like his
ever.
little flip thingy on his hair, don't you?
Yeah, that too. I love that.
You just want to rub your finger through it.
That
be
and
like,
he's got the red diaper on. It's not going to go. It's going to go away in the next movie.
No, I enjoyed the hell out of Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah,
I thought.
Dark Knight Rises.
That was the first of the Nolan movies that I liked because I'm not a big Dark Knight fan.
Well, see, I didn't like the first
Wow,
one. Is that what we're
okay.
talking about? The first
Yeah,
one?
I'm talking
yeah,
about
I didn't
the first
either.
Dark Knight.
I wasn't super impressed. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I love the Joker. in Rises.
Joker was okay.
I love that. I love the whole movie, but this third one was the culmination of being probably the best out of all of them.
Well,
Everybody agrees.
it combined. See, I'm my thing with comic book movies is I like comic book elements in my movies.
Yeah.
And
so you didn't like Batman Forever at all, then?
Oh, I love Batman Forever.
That was all comic book.
That was
bullshit.
all comic book. No, my thing is you got to get the comic book to reality ratio right in a movie.
Yeah.
And to me, I know almost everybody on the planet loves the Nolan Batman movies.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of just they're sort of off-putting to me. This last one got it right to me. Like there's enough of like comic book bullshit in there.
Yeah.
Along with having the reality element to it, that it's okay. Yeah, there's plot holes.
Yeah.
How the fuck did Batman get back to Gotham City?
I want to know that too. He had no money and no anything, and all of a sudden he shows up.
About that little inconsistency right there.
Yeah.
He's Batman.
Teleported from halfway across the world.
Dude, he's fucking Bruce Wayne, dude. He just like.
Apparently he's got some money stashed somewhere because he was supposed to have been butt-ass broke at that point.
Yeah.
And yet he afforded
or if he used the Frank Miller excuse, he's the goddamn Batman.
Or he just,
there you go.
or he used the Johnny Depp version and just put sea turtles together and came across the ocean that way.
Yeah, it's Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Yeah. Tim Burton, right?
No, I liked it for the same reason you did. It was. I know how they were trying to introduce the reality into the first one. And the second one was done very good too. This one I went into looking at the previews thinking, okay, I understand it's reality, and this is looking a little cheesy for the trailers, looking kind of comic bookish and shit. And then I watched the movie.
This one, as far as I think some of the complaints that people have had about this one is that it's almost too much.
Yeah.
You know?
I thought that was going to be the case, but I watched it and I'm going, this is actually pretty damn good and I like the way they're handling this and I like the way they're handling that, and as far as reality and stuff and the cops and the city, and to me, for some reason, I had Escape from New York popping into my head throughout the middle of the movie to the end.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have been surprised if you've seen Snake run across the screen at some point. Get out of a cab and run across into the fight or something. But no, that's what impressed me about it was I think they made it happen.
I enjoyed it. This was the first time where I was, because like my problem with Nolan has always been, and it doesn't just apply to Batman movies, but the dude needs to edit about 20 to 30 minutes out of those goddamn movies.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
They're long-winded for no reason, and it's just, come on, dude. So
I don't know. I didn't feel at any point in time did the Dark Knight Rises feel long at all.
It moved quick.
It moved very well, and that was one of the first times where I was like, this paced well for me.
Yeah.
Where the other ones, I just had these.
If he had made them any shorter, they probably would have been rushed.
Yeah.
Definitely, the Rises would have been rushed. This last one, when you think about it, seems long as hell, but you're like, no, there's no way they could explain the whole Bane thing and lay out the whole complex plot they did without leaving it as long as they did.
Well, they still didn't really even explain Bane.
Well, they don't have to. They tell you where he came from and who his origin and who he was protecting and
from what's her name?
And he was part of the Shadows and all that stuff, which was cool.
What's her blasted name now, dude?
Talia.
Talia.
Well, I knew. See, you know, being a Batman fan, you kind of knew she was in knowing.
Yeah, I mean,
she was going to show up at some point because every time Ra's al Ghul showed up somewhere, she was there.
Oh, and
I'm just going to say spoilers. What the fuck ever.
Oh yeah,
dude, it's been 3 weeks now. If you haven't, I'm not going to make that joke.
On our podcast, it's a week. If you haven't seen it in a week, then.
Yeah, I'm sitting there in the theater with my girlfriend.
Exactly.
I lean over and I'm like, she's the real bad guy.
Well, I knew right away.
Deny up and down in every interview that she had. Marion Cotillard was just like, I am not Talia al Ghul. I am Miranda Tate. I am not Talia. I'm not playing her. There's no way.
Well, as soon as they showed the pit prison and they showed her. They showed the kid and they showed the person saving the kid. Mm-hmm. You knew that there's more than one person here.
Yeah.
Now I figured it out. I figured it out right then because, I knew the daughter was in there and I knew that was her. So the savior had to be.
Well, and the savior was huge as fuck.
There's no way Bane could have been that kid in the first place.
Yeah. So I mean, I kind of wanted to see a little bit of Venom involved in it, but it's whatever. I'm not going to nitpick on that too much.
Yeah.
But
I was waiting for just a reference to something outside of the Batman universe, but in the DC universe. I was waiting for a reference to Metropolis police showing up and helping out or something. I was waiting for something like that.
See, that would have been a cool thing to have, as Metropolis police show up.
Well,
at
they
the
started
bridge.
to try to do that. I hate to say it, but Schumacher actually was trying to do that in the last couple of movies by mentioning Metropolis and some other things in the movies, and he never got to deal with that. But I was waiting for that to happen at least, because you can't have a big city that, and I don't know how they're doing it I don't know how he's doing it in the new Batman movies, as far as, what is Gotham supposed to be? Is it supposed to be Boston like it really is, or it's supposed to be New York? Because it's not supposed to be New York. It never was supposed to be New York.
I heard
Metropolis.
I don't know. I always thought Gotham was supposed to be New York.
No, Metropolis is New York.
I heard
Always has
Gotham was
been.
supposed to be Chicago, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, that's where they filmed that.
Well, they're both supposed to be on the East Coast. In the comics, and in the little behind the scenes, this is like a DC dictionary thing. It was supposed to have always been Boston, because Gotham and Metropolis were supposed to be right next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
But and that's what I said, in the original Superman movie, they got it right.
Sox.
Metropolis was New York. Schumacher, in which one? The one with Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
They end up making Gotham, New York.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that's not right. And fans were complaining about that when it happened. But let's just say in the new ones, I don't know what it's supposed to be. It doesn't really matter, but
I was too young to really care all that much. But as a kid, I always assumed Gotham as New York and Metropolis as Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because I associate the Windy City with a flying cape.
Because when they did Superman Returns,
in my kid head, that's
they
how
did Superman Returns. Yeah, Superman Returns again had Metropolis as New York.
Yeah,
like it's kind of supposed to be, whatever. But
it's a very happy New York.
Yeah, I don't know what it's supposed to be.
I lived in New York in the 80s, so
I don't know what it's supposed to be in the new versions, but they do at some point show overhead. They show, like New York, the Long Island Park or whatever.
Yeah,
they show part of it, so it's kind of, I guess, they don't show flat out. They don't show Statue of Liberty or anything.
Yeah,
in the new ones, but
it's well like Marvel better. They'll just come out and say where the hell they're at.
Now, what did you guys think of the Avengers?
I don't think you'll find anybody that disliked.
Yeah.
The Avengers. Like, well, here's something I've wanted to talk about and get some people's opinions of. Now that the big comic book blockbuster summer thing is pretty much done with.
Yeah.
You know, what did people think of Avengers? What did people think of Amazing Spider-Man?
I enjoyed it for the most part. There were a few nitpicks.
There's some problems.
Yeah, it's not without its problems. I think the biggest issue I had was that the comparison between Mark Webb's Spider-Man and Sam Raimi's Spider-Man is inevitable.
Yeah.
Dave, that's you in like 20 years, man.
Holy crap, get a picture of that, dude. We need a before and after.
Where's my phone?
But is Dave the before or the after?
We'll get that later.
But
we got to do a side-by-side of that, dude. That's kind of awesome.
That's a scary-looking dude. Not the Dave scary-looking.
But I enjoyed Amazing for what it was. I thought there were some definite Spidey moments that were not in the Raimi films.
Yeah, there were some things that in that movie I really liked.
Yeah.
And then there were some things that I thought Raimi did well.
Yeah.
I thought more of the web swinging moments were done well in the Raimi movies.
Yeah.
But the actual fight
dude,
scenes...
he even has your glasses on.
Dude, that's you from the future.
I know it, dude. I'm gonna like sneak attack taking pictures of him
You're
and shit
gonna
like
have
that
to come
too.
back and tell yourself.
That guy's gonna be thinking, yeah, right.
Keep it recording and just find this guy.
Right.
You guys sit in front
Maybe
of
that's what I'm doing. Maybe I'm coming back to look on myself and be like, that started it all.
Hey, I'll
Your
get
downfall.
up. He can sit
Your
here.
decline.
I'll get up. He can sit here. You can interview yourself.
Hey, remember
Hey, but it looks like I have a kid though, so at least to get laid one more time.
You can interview yourself. Interview yourself and ask what you regret.
Right.
Yeah, have a conversation with your future self.
Yes.
That'd be so
Do you
awesome.
still like Star Wars? I guess not, because you've had that tattoo removed.
You got a tattoo on your leg of Shatner now. Yeah.
Shit. What?
Do you know how hard it was to turn that X-wing into the Enterprise?
Don't go to Celebration 6.
If you look really close, you can still see the outline of the X-wing on the Enterprise.
Right. But yeah, I actually enjoyed this Spider-Man. I like the idea of Spider-Man moving like a spider.
Yeah.
That was my big thing, because we had talked about how the Hulk had evolved to where the Hulk moves like how you
Simian
think.
style, almost.
Yeah.
Like
how
his
you would
knuckles kind of dragging
really
around.
visualize the Hulk moving, even though it's never really been represented in comics to that extent.
Hulk
Yeah.
physics.
Yeah, Hulk physics. And they did that with Spider-Man, with him actually moving like a spider, and I really dug that.
I was on record for the longest time to just officially dismiss Amazing Spider-Man. I was like, I can't believe they're doing a reboot. They don't need to do a reboot.
I think that's been like the consensus of everybody, man.
Yeah.
Like we've just all been like, oh, really a reboot of Spider-Man? It's only been what, 4 or 5 years or 3 years or something like that.
They got to redo everything at some point. Why not just a couple of years later?
Yeah, and what caught me off guard, especially one scene, is him in the sewer using the webs to detect the vibration.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
And I was like, okay, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Now, what really got me skeptical was when they were doing the previews and they were doing the trailers, him and the guy and the carjacker guy and the car thief.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I hate that whole scene.
I am okay with it, and the reason is because Spider-Man is one of the smart-ass characters of the Marvel Universe.
I will give you the smart ass thing. And that's one of the things that I liked about this one, is that they did do more smart ass stuff versus like the one scene where mommy and daddy are talking.
Yeah.
So I missed that out of the other Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
That and I'm a huge guy about the web shooters.
Yeah.
I gotta have my web shooters, and so
I mainly like. I think you're getting at that, but the main part that I didn't like about that scene that he was talking about, I mean, granted, I liked it because, like you said, he was kind of smart ass and was like messing around with him. I just didn't like the part where the way he acted that and the way he said his lines in that he was coming off as like G-Thug, New Yorkies almost, like, no, what, I'm doing 90% of your work here, whatever. It's like, come on, dude. Really? You don't have to bring that aspect into it, man.
There's only one mention that I've ever seen of Spider-Man's New York accent, and it was in one of the comics where one of the characters actually brought it up to him. He's like, I don't have an accent. Yes, you do. You're from New York. Yes, you do. So,
I don't like to think of my Spider-Man with the New York accent, though. I like to think of him without an accent for some reason, just because he's a smart kid, and I always like to think of him as
my Spider-Man in my head is still voiced from the 70s. So.
Yeah, same here. Very much
or
so.
the Electric Company version where he doesn't talk at all.
Didn't he? Which one where he like rhymed everything? I thought that was.
I don't remember that.
I thought that was the Electric Company where he spoke.
No, he never spoke.
That was
the
the Run DMC version back in 1980s.
Which one was that?
The Run DMC version.
No. There was a live version of Spider-Man that did guest appearances like the Electric Company, but he spoke in rhyme only.
Okay, the Electric Company, he didn't speak at all.
Yeah,
it was very bizarre. It was a mute.
I thought the guy was about to rub that girl's boobs. Oh, okay, that's the reason why.
Oh,
there we go.
She's touching him, dude. Is that what you're enjoying?
I'm sitting there looking around, and I'm like, not appropriate, sir.
Your future self's about to go back to 2020.
Yeah, he's going out the door.
You wear khakis.
Where's the TARDIS at, man? Look, him and his son are even kind of dressed together. Oh, I get to be Twinkies with my son. And
what?
Huh?
Twinkies?
Yeah, dude. Him and his son are like dressed a lot alike. They were both wearing khakis and khaki shorts and a dark blue shirt. And I was like, oh, that's kind of sweet. Damn it! It just occurred to me. Maybe that's my grandkid, and I don't get laid again.
Well, you got it. Well,
I don't have one kid right now, but I couldn't possibly marry somebody that has kids or something like that.
Maybe that's the kid you just
maybe
stole.
I'm just like being a big brother to somebody is what it is.
That's possible.
Oh, he's coming back.
Damn it!
Dude, go get him.
What, you want to go fucking tackle him or something? Go get him.
Go get him.
This is not we're having our pictures taken.
Yeah.
That's your plan. That's your plan.
That dude
Get
did it.
him.
Oh wow.
Sorry, I just
Dude,
got
that
overexcited.
chick is like going around peddling stuff to people. She came by and tried to get me to buy like some stick drawing. I guess
Who is?
that little girl
Oh,
right
the
there.
little girl. She
She
did
got
this.
us to
She did
buy
this
a
last
picture
year.
of a peanut escaping a peanut butter factory.
She did this last year with her brother.
Oh,
It's
That's like a Rorschach test or something, isn't it?
right.
What do you see here? What does this represent?
What it is
My
it's,
soul.
it's like,
Now, if it was Rorschach and a flip book and the little squigglies were moving
Dude, you got to
around,
get this
that'd
dude when he comes. Look, he's even had a cat tattoo on his
what
leg.
movie is it where all the kids are like working together and stuff like that, and they have like the one, they're all like homeless, like orphans or whatever. They have like the one center thing, and they all kind of spread out, like try to sell their shit and then come back into the one place and pool all their money. What
There
fucking
were
movie is that?
several things like
Oliver
that.
Twist.
Yeah,
Was it
yeah,
Oliver?
Twist.
Yeah.
Oliver?
Yeah.
Please, sir,
Is it
can I
gonna
have some more? But yeah, dude, maybe that's what that is. Maybe she. But
She crawled out of the sewer next to the hotel.
I can't even
She's
make
trying
that-
to sell a
I
drawing
can't-
she did.
Right.
There's some things that you just don't want to say in unison. I think we did. I think we crossed that line.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's the irony of the fact that my kid's name is Oliver, and then he goes and like picked my pocket and
Right.
and did a lift of my wallet, did a full on like pickpocket lift, and then goes running to my wife. He's like, "I got Dad's wallet," and my wife was like, "We have raised a street urchin."
Either that or you have no feeling in your ass.
Yeah, apparently.
He used a bumper.
She has numb from sitting down and podcasting all the time.
There you go.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Got podcasting hemorrhoids.
That's right.
Dude, get that guy over here on the mic.
If you want him over here so bad, dude, go get him.
Okay.
But yeah,
All right, I guess we're gonna pause for a second while Jeff goes and gets this dude. Like, what the hell?
We're just gonna roll, man. This would be awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and take my leave of you guys. So, but
All right, man.
Okay.
thanks for having me on. Definitely.
Well, thanks for coming on, man.
My
What's your
pleasure.
show again? And
It's
literally,
United States of Geekdom. We can find us at UnitedStatesOfGeekdom.com, on Facebook under United We Geek, on Twitter under Join the USG, and our email address is UnitedWeGeek@yahoo.com.
all right. Well, thanks
Awesome.
for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Thanks again.
It's good to meet
Take
you.
it easy, man.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be in touch. We got to do this again soon.
All right, man.
Take care. Peace out.
He's killed me over here in a minute.
Okay.
Awesome.
God damn
No, he
Jeff.
noticed it too.
Oh, really?
I said, yeah. They were all laughing about how you look like the older version of the guy in the corner, and they're like, he's like, I'm the older version. So he thinks he's the younger version of you. You just don't remember going to this con 10 years.
Oh, okay. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The show's about to get meta.
About to get what?
Meta.
Meta.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Yeah.
I thought you said metal. I was
I
like,
did too. I was
Yeah.
like, metal?
fucking start
This show's
headbanging.
about to
shit.
get metal.
Can't help from staring at the stupid pig painting over here. They're just looking at me.
I know,
It's a
dude.
great-
It's
it's a
been
great
pointed
big
right
painting.
at me the whole time.
Yeah.
So.
Here he comes.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going, dude?
Good. My name's Greg.
Greg, I'm Dave.
Yes, sir.
Greg, go ahead and
Have a
have
seat.
have a seat and toss on those headphones, man.
All right.
So you can hear us.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
You can just
How
talk
you
to the
doing?
mic.
I am here.
What's
Good.
up, man?
How you guys
So this is Greg, Adam,
I'm Adam.
Dave,
This is Dave.
Howdy.
And This is
oh,
Jeff.
Jeff, and this is...
Greg.
Everybody thinks you look like Dave.
So as soon as
In
you
the
walked
future.
in the door, this guy goes, Dave, that's you. I'm like,
Yeah, I heard a second ago it was me in the future, and I'm like, thanks. I'm not that.
What would you rather hear, you from the future or older you?
That's a good one. I don't know. Just
You from the future is a nicer.
yeah. That's
It's a
that's
better. I
true.
like that better.
Or you're Dave
It's-
from the past, and he just doesn't remember coming to the
it's the
con.
Viking heritage is what it is, man. You can see it.
Viking heritage.
Look at him. He's got the nice blonde beard and stuff like that. It's like, what up, dude? I just got the ginger side. Maybe we're lost twins. We just don't realize it.
Well, it's a lot of ginger sometimes. I mean, it
Maybe
just
you're
depends.
just both. You're both from the evil alternative universe.
We both don't have souls.
There is no good you.
We're from the gingerverse.
There is no good version of you. You're both
slowly coming in to take over.
Or this is evil you.
Yeah.
There we go.
That would work with me.
That's what it is.
I
He's the
could
good side.
picture
That's the
that.
reason why I'm dark. Mine's the darker
I could
red. is
picture
what it
that.
is.
Anytime you look at people like us, they think we're mean. So
It's not the
Right?
He's not the evil you. He's the bitter you.
Yeah.
People follow you around in store thinking you're going to steal something. You're like, dude,
yeah, they think you're going to steal them or beat them up, or they just crossways, and it's fun.
Hey, but the intimidation factor is a lot of
It is
fun at times, though. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely.
So are you here as a?
I'm actually here with my son. We had heard about this. This is we've not even been here a week. We're from Southern Ohio, and we just moved to this area.
Oh,
last
okay.
summer.
Oh, okay, cool. Well,
Welcome.
Yeah,
you
this
picked a
is-
great time to move here. How you enjoying that 100-something degree weather out there, man?
It's actually fantastic considering at home it was 100 degrees and 90 degrees or 90% humidity.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So,
So
I'll quit complaining about our humidity then.
right
I
then.
could do it, and I mean, there you would walk outside, your clothes would stick. It's horrible. So.
Yeah.
Dallas is usually pretty dry. It gets humid here very rarely.
You'll definitely like the winters down here a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, up there. I mean, I'm from LA, so I don't mind snow.
Oh, okay.
I
No,
only
this
lived in that area for
it'll
like 8
snow
years.
one day a year out of here, and
Yeah, like
rarely if maybe
Late
2 or 3 days.
January is when we get our snow. So
See, it would snow there constantly. I mean, it just better area here.
Just
I mean, really, literally, where we lived at was so small. It was a friend of mine that I still am friends with in California said it was like Mayberry because the police station was an old church.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Literally, and there was 2 cop cars and 3 police. And you know, if the cop cars were parked there, they weren't working. You could speed through town or do whatever you did.
nice.
So you could get hammered, get taken to jail, and repent all at the same time, huh?
No, you don't want to get hammered there because if they caught you, they'd take you out by the river and let you know you don't want to do that in that town.
Oh, wow. All right.
It was right on the Ohio River on the border between Kentucky, Ohio, and West Virginia.
Oh, good old boys in.
Moonshine, everything was out there.
Wow.
Yeah, fantastic.
So are you a regular con goer, or were you just interested in the
Well, this
web
is
comics?
actually my first convention, but I've been a comic book person since I was a kid.
Okay.
My son's 13, and I got him into him a few years ago. And
Did you guys check out the 50-cent comics that are right over there?
no, I did not yet.
There's some long boxes over there with some 50-cent comics on the floor there.
I'm gonna have to check them out.
Yeah.
Dallas is not bad for cons. There's a couple good ones, a couple regular ones here.
Yeah, my son's already looked them up. He said there's some actually in Dallas itself that he wants to go to the shops and.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I haven't seen them, but I've been talking to a guy over at Cosmic Comics over there in the corner, and they sound pretty cool.
Well, that's what's funny because they're the ones that gave us the flyer to come here.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay. Wow.
What did you think of their place?
It was fantastic. They were very nice. I mean, the prices compared to what we're used to at home are fantastic. And
Yeah.
It's an expensive habit.
It is, but when we were at home, alternate covers were double what we were paying here. And
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you'd pay $13 to $15 for an alternate cover.
Good
Jesus.
grief, man.
Yeah.
So what are some of your favorite comics to read there?
I'm a diehard. I mean, I'm an old school. I like Batman. I like Avengers. I love the X-Men. I mean, I've just some of the stuff I picked up from when I was. I'll be 40 next month, so I'll admit it. I'm, from
So
when I
you're the
was-
slightly older version of me is what it is.
I didn't want to let that out, but I'll do it. So yeah, just the stuff when I picked up when I was a kid.
I'm 36, man, so you got me beat by just a few years.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So, but yeah, it's fantastic. It's the people are nice, and so they are actually the ones that got us here at college.
That's cool.
See what's
They have a whole X-Men long box over there of 50-cent comics also. So
I'm gonna hit it up here now that you guys are saying.
Awesome.
Yeah, I didn't know about that either. I'll look at it.
what's the next? Is it Fan Days?
Fan Days is the next one in October.
October.
That one's a really fun one. I really enjoy that one. One that this guy has a big hand in March is Alcon.
Alcon.
And that one, that's my favorite show of the year.
That
Whatever
one's
is
really
Alcon.
fun. It's
Alcon likes to advertise itself as a mini Dragon Con.
Oh wow.
Because it's a lot of everything, and it's in a hotel, of course, and it's 24/7, Friday morning to Sunday.
As much as I hate to say it, I am kind of biased because I've been to the Comic-Con of San Diego a couple times.
Oh wow, yeah.
These aren't going to compare to that.
No.
right?
No. They're fun though, but
Yeah, like I say, it's great to meet the people that are out here. They're nice, and it doesn't matter how big or small it is. I mean, if it's something that you like.
Yeah, this one's growing,
Yeah.
and this one's going to be a lot bigger next year. And then the Fan Days / Comic-Con that he's talking about, that's actually here in Dallas. is kind of a formulaic, big, massive dealer room and some Q&A and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you like your dealer rooms, that's a good one to go to.
Yeah, definitely.
It's very have you been out to any of the Wizard World type stuff or?
No.
I'm trying to think of. It's very much like Wizard World too. It is.
Yeah.
He's right in the sense that it is formulaic. You've got your big dealer room, and then you've got like a couple panel rooms.
Oh, yeah. And they'll have a lot of big named actors, but you're only going to see them a couple hours on a Saturday.
Yeah, it figures. I mean, in this area, there are people. It's just like where we were at.
And you have your FedCon, which is literature kind of convention. You have ACON, which is all anime.
There's a lot of anime stuff because in Fort Worth is where Funimation is at.
Yeah, well, we have someone that lived here, family that was here before us that actually is an anime fan. So
okay.
That's kind of one of the things that, I'm sure I'll end up being dragged to. But
yeah, I was about to say, A-Fest, I think, is coming up this week also. So.
Yeah. All the conventions.
Or not this week, but this month.
All the conventions out here are growing. There's not really anything that's stagnating.
No, and this is the 4th year out here with this particular group, and this one's a lot of fun. I like the really lighthearted environment and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. My wife was going to come, but she decided to stay home. She told me to send pictures, and I don't know what we could say on here, but
you can say whatever you want to, man.
You're allowed to say whatever you want.
This is internet radio, so you can cuss.
The chick that was walking around, I had to make sure I sent that one to her with the huge knockers popping out.
I didn't see that.
You haven't seen her?
You have pictures?
No.
I have pictures.
Do you have?
All right.
Can we have the pictures?
Can you video the pictures?
It is not something that you're going to be happy to see, but I have a picture.
You're going to get up to the camera and put it up there?
You don't need to get too close.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Steampunk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's a big one.
That's more of a bodice uplift.
We won't go there. But yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. My son's sitting here waiting for me, but it's been great here so far.
Awesome. Well, thanks for stopping by, Greg.
Thanks, man.
Definitely, I appreciate it.
Enjoy the con, man.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a good day.
Yeah,
it's always nice to meet a doppelganger.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Take a card. We'll have this up like next week sometime.
All right, awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That was interesting.
It was good times.
Well, we've been going for like 70 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, you got like 5 shows recorded now. Good. Well, Dave just spoke to himself. You've got something to cross off your life list.
The guy's like, I'm staying away from that fucking corner.
He's like, I'm the old
He immediately ran to the other side of the room.
Yeah, he did. He was like, fuck that. We're like, dude, that long box is right down there. What are you talking about?
He was all a lie. You were lying to yourself.
Right, that's what it is. That was me from the future. We might have just caused like a butterfly effect right there.
What number was he thinking?
69, dude.
Whoa.
I think I'm going to pause it for a while because
I'm kind of ready to call it, to tell you the truth.
I got a wheeze.
I got a whiz, too.
All right. Well,
whiz break.
We're going to take a whiz break and maybe come back. Probably not. So that's us from StripCon.